Jared and I, we demo and we write together all the time behind closed doors.
I still almost have this like blindness or something where it's like, oh, this is cool, but you know, you can keep going. I was 19, I think he was 22 at the time, so.
It's 20 years this year.
I've changed, I've grown a lot. Wes has changed, he's grown a lot. We've been through it all, thick and thin.
Hey mama, would you pay my rent? Would you let me crash in your basement? Cause any one of us could make it big or could end up dead on the pavement. And if I was to die, if the plane went down and you survived, you ever wonder what your parents meant when they told you grandma's in heaven? Cause I don't feel it like I did back then in a black sedan of depression. And everyone's alright, I could not afford to see the light. I don't know what's wrong with me, I killed the mood so naturally. The guests begin to make me feel alone. Same old song, we sing the same old song. We sing the same old, same sad song. In La Brea where the tar pit's black like a starving mouth for the innocent. You said the boulevard was not that bad, and they jacked our van with the instruments. In the broad daylight, they popped the trunk and left the keys behind. All the cops pretend to care. I'll never see my mom's guitar again. I don't know what's wrong with me, I killed the mood so naturally. The guests begin to make me feel alone. The party has been done for hours. I'm laying on the bathroom tile, spilling all my guts below the throne. Same old song, we sing the same old song. We sing the same old, same sad song. Same old song, we sing the same old song. We sing the same old, same sad song.
We grew up in the same little town in New Jersey called Ramsey. We lived a mile apart.
Wes had come back from college and wanted to start a band with this guy, Justin. Justin said, you know, not without Jer. And that's how we sort of started.
In 2005, we started playing music together. Me and Jared kind of hit it off in our kind of obsession with sitting around, messing with an idea for hours.
Wes and I had probably written, I think, close to like 60 to maybe even 100 songs. We had written all types of music.
We were like anonymous. That was the biggest blessing. We were enjoying seeing what was possible and maybe not high stakes. It was just really curious.
I'm really glad that we never, you know, our band had never blown up during that period, because I think it allowed us, all that failure, all that experimentation allowed us, I think, to land on whatever sound was considered that first album.
I believe submarines underneath deep blue seas. Saw the flags Japanese. No one will believe me
sort of, raw kind of quality that I think it felt like very stripped back. I think that we were very into this idea of minimalism. So, how few chord changes could we get away with? It's a lot of like C majors, A minors, and F majors. I think you could play most of the songs off that first record with 1 or 2 chord progressions.
Told me I've seen a ghost. Everyone thinks I'm a liar. No one knows the truth. And if it was a bigger fire, I would be on the roof.
A lot of what we're trying to do tonight is show a sort of new side of these songs, and it'll just be a more like busky style version of it where you hear it like a subway this way.
As the beginnings of the Lumineers sound was teased out of us, I think it was like, well, let's not try to reinvent the wheel here, but let's produce this music and put it so that it's authentic to us.
Let me go. No one trusts what I say.
All of that anonymous work is really helpful. So in the beginning, we were kind of throwing paint at the wall.
And instead of an electric bass, what if you got like an upright bass? Because the normal rock trio is sort of like, drums, bass, guitar. Upright bass, it's a very large instrument. So for tonight, we actually went with a cello.
Till I will die with the secrets of the sea. Submarine. Yeah, they were Japanese. Submarine.
What's up, Doctor?
What's up, dog?
How are you?
Good, man. How about you?
Good. In a minute?
Yeah.
David Barron, he has a collection of analog synths, and he's kind of like a mad scientist. We started working with him in a bigger capacity as sort of an engineer, producer on the 3rd album, and then he became sort of like same thing 4th, and then this most recent album 5th.
I remember feeling that I was doing something really crazy with the synths and the tape delay, and you looking at me super suspiciously like, this dude's never gonna make anything we're gonna ever use.
It is weird. 10 years. Yeah, we came here mostly for Brightside during the pandemic.
Right.
And at the end of 3, we mixed in this room because you knew these speakers in this room really well. I remember
Right.
that was like a big thing.
Is this so long?
So long first. This was an amazing song to record.
Well, I think it's like the first, maybe the one and only song we have. Our drums are just in
From the very
from
top.
the top.
Yeah.
True.
And it's very satisfying. The song is like a trance because it has pretty steady drums and same chord progression, like the whole song.
I remember when you guys cut it live, the first time you played it, I was like, oh wow, there's the record.
Find yourself a lover, give it to another like I.
So Long was written in a fever dream kind of way.
Don't know.
I think it's the only song on the album that has electric guitar. But I remember we were going to the Italian seaside and I played it for my father-in-law. He was driving and he turned to me and he was like, whoa, you too.
And if you wanted something better, why'd you never?
Yeah, it's different.
We all played it, I think, twice live, and then one of those takes was the keeper, and that was it.
Sit in isolation all the time. I'll be on the ocean in your arms. Tell it on the mountain, he's around. Everybody's famous for a while, so long. So long. Flies are on the food, sleeping with your shoes. sofa. Blinds down in the day. Won't somebody break up my coma? And if you ever felt the presence, would you ever let it control you?
Yeah, I think when we play in a more stripped back version with an acoustic it's in the track, but it's dominated by that electric.
Do you want to hop over to the piano and tie in? Remember was it Neil Young? Yeah. So we were doing a cover for this Neil Young thing, and Wes had discovered chords that he had written.
Prescribe me your elixir. Need it just a bit more to save me. Songs up in the attic. The moths are eating blankets for babies. And if you lost your way to heaven, buy another ladder from Jacob. I needed it to matter. I don't care if your family hates it. Sitting in isolation all the time. I'll be on the ocean in your eyes. Turning on the mountain, leaves are right. Baby, we'll be famous when we die. So
And then that string part's kind of based off of
Yeah.
first we ever met, thought I was an asshole, probably correct.
I think Asshole, the piano, was I think it was the first idea that I would probably consider written for this album. Believe it or not, it was written on a guitar. We knew we had a good song, but just how does it begin? You know?
We kind of were inspired by that song, Two of Us,
Right.
the Beatles tune. Two of us, da da da. So we're going, da 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 da. It feels urgent, like in this weird way, but like
If it was too fast as the same tempo of the verse, it
Didn't work at all.
I think we
kinda
tried it.
smothered it. Yeah,
We did try it.
Then I know what you said to me was wrong, but kindness came and bit my tongue. I must admit
We were having so much trouble matching the speed of the chorus with the speed of the verse.
you did your best to throw.
Finally, we're like, can we just have them vastly different? And Dave was like, I think so. And so we just played it live in the room, and he kind of mapped out what that might look like, and it all still made sense.
In the smoke it filled your lungs.
I like the humanity in that, and there's no other way to play it. Like if you made it all one speed, it just wouldn't work.
First we ever met, you thought I was an asshole, probably correct, but I can see your shadow.
I think playing it tonight up here is going to be really interesting because it has a lot of drums and kind of a big production, and I think being able to strip it back with some strings and the background singers and me on piano, not me on drum set like we do at the bigger shows, I think will be really interesting.
And every time you tried to let me in, your nails, they barely.
We're gonna have these amazing, we call them the Jersey Choir, and they're world class. I mean, Cindy sings with Rolling Stones. It's a long list.
Passed out on the road.
We had them sing this, and I'll never forget these beautiful, talented singers with the best voices are singing.
You thought I was an asshole, probably correct.
And I was like, we have to have this. This is good. So I want people to experience that even more at the forefront.
Only for a weekend or another one. Take me to your deep end. First we ever met. You thought I was an asshole, probably correct, but I can see your shadow. Only for the night, only for a weekend or another one. Take me to your deep end. First we ever met. You thought I was an asshole, probably correct, but I still see your shadow.
Do you want to go outside for this one?
Yeah, let's go outside.
Cool. We're in the upstairs live room, I'd call it.
I remember when we started writing Ophelia, it almost could have been on the first album. I remember in the studio up in Woodinville at Bear Creek Studios, we had that hook.
I think I'm gonna play like a little bit of guitar over it, ironically, even though we took that away.
That's cool, I think.
Just to add a little bit of texture to it. And it won't be really a drum heavy, if at all, song.
There was this intro that never made it. It was something like, I think it started as early as 2007. It was something like, I'm glad we saved it.
Yeah.
For the second album.
We always thought the hook would have to change because of the band song, Ophelia.
Yeah.
It's like, no one's gonna listen to this.
When I was young.
I think Ophelia was like, you have a song that's like part of the zeitgeist of, oh, hey, you gotta kind of work yourself out from the shadow of that.
Can't feel no remorse.
We had Stubborn Love, but then Ophelia kind of, I felt like, took us to the next spot in our career. And we didn't know it at the time, but it was the perfect song.
I got a new girlfriend. He feels like he's on top. And I don't feel no remorse. And you can't see past my blind.
probably spent like a month alone on Ophelia, if not longer, just to get that right.
Didn't have any guitar, just like piano centric. So it was just kind of dumb luck, but I'm glad we had it.
Oh, Ophelia, you've been on my mind, girl, like a drug. Oh, Ophelia, heaven help a fool who falls in love. Oh, Ophelia, you've been on my mind, girl, since the flood. Oh, Ophelia, heaven help a fool who falls in love. Oh, Ophelia, you've been on my mind, girl, like a drug. Oh, Ophelia, heaven help a fool who falls in love.
From album 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and fast forward to album 5, I send Wes just a plethora of voice memos, like, 11 or 12 batches of Dropbox folders to his email. And then he'll react, and I'll react to his reactions, and then we'll say, oh, this verse could be a chorus on this song, or, blah, 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 all that type of stuff. So it's still, at the end of the day, the same process. It's just we live far from each other. But I think it's healthy for that reason, too, that we each have our individual lives. So I'm on my phone now on my voice memos. This one is called Ukulele 2. It was actually funny because it was supposed to be for another artist, but then I realized I liked it so much that I wanted it to be a Lumineers song. This is a ukulele. My family was asleep. Nothing groundbreaking here, clearly. There's You're All I've Got.
You're All I Got really started for us as like a ballad, but once we wrote Automatic in the studio and recorded it, it was like, oh, that took up that real estate.
I typically play guitar on that. I'm gonna be on the piano tonight. It's a really hard song for me to relearn. It kind of puts me on edge, I think in a good way, where I'm just on the edge of my comfort zone.
Count the blows you took it like a champ. All the years we walked hand in hand. Siamese, it's hard to breathe in. 20 years and no one gives a damn. Let the light come down on me. Let the light come down on me. Feeling bored and running from the shame. Living for the love of yesterday.
I'm gonna play these songs tonight. Part of the joy of that is reimagining it in a way that it's like you're playing around.
Why don't you do the same take, different guitar, when you listen with like headphones? This is really cool. It kind of takes the genre out from folky and almost more to like something a little bit out there.
Let the light come down on me. You're all I got. You're all that I got.
This melody and lyrics came out of me where it was, would you sell me out at the first chance you get? You're all I got. I sent that to Wes and he really liked it, and that sort of became the verse of the song called Keys on the Table. And then I think it sort of just connected with Wes so much that then we also sort of superimposed it on the song You're All I Got.
Band-Aid, blame yourself for what you didn't say. Let the light come down on me. Let the light come down on me. You're all I got.
It almost felt almost pessimistic at first, where it's like you have this, representing the paranoid and anxious side of being in a relationship.
I can't get it out, feeling all the holes in us. You're all I got.
I don't think it was specific specific to the relationship with Wes and I, but it did come out at an interesting juncture. When we were recording Brightside, it was the first song we did on the album Brightside. So I didn't really know what the beat was supposed to be, but I knew it sort of wanted to be this sort of kind of weird rock beat, which is not really like something I've ever done with the Lumineers, obviously. You know, and I played this beat, and I played maybe 4 bars of it. When I talked back, okay, guys, I'm ready to record. And they were like screaming back, like, holy shit, sounds amazing. You got to come down. We got it.
The real magic sometimes is when you can react in real time to one another. I think that's what David was pretty instrumental in pushing us to do to the fully realized degree, like trying to do it a certain way and then actually doing it. Imagine if every film was made where the actors just shot it on different days, their scenes. That would make no sense, but that's what music's doing a lot.
So what you hear on the record, which starts the album Brightside, is literally me, you know, proverbially searching in the dark and trying to figure out what the heck am I gonna do.
I could see it in the air. Every word was like smoke from a sea.
It's funny, I think I like this version almost more, not just because it's different, I think because it just reveals the song in a different light. And yeah, I do really love this version.
Alone on the freeway, I was stranded in the bed. You were listening to the dark side of the moon. I could barely see your eyes. Psilocybin in a hotel room, and the light in your eye, and waves on the ceiling. I'll be a bright side, baby, tonight. I'll be a bright side, baby, tonight. Tonight. You were trying to call me. I was trying to believe in you, right? Losing every other friend, finding nothing in the afterlife but the light in your eye. Alone on a feeling. I'll be a bright side, baby, tonight. I'll be a bright side, baby, tonight. Tonight. Stranded on a bridge, crying for your kids. I'll be a bright side, baby, tonight. 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 That's Jeremiah Freights on the keys.
Playing these songs tonight, you know, the span of, I think, 13 years and 5 records, it gives us an opportunity to, like, change things we might have changed a little bit and see things with new eyes.
Get your crack in the windshield.
And just, like, realize also that they still mean something to us, which is kind of funny. You wouldn't always guess that.
Alone on the freeway. I'll be a bright side, baby, tonight. I'll be a bright side, baby, tonight. Tonight. Stranded on a bridge, the cops are closing in. I'll be a bright
think with songwriting, it's sort of like the melodies and the lyrics and what you're trying to evoke is sort of more important than the recording quality.
His sort of knack for the sounds within music and my desire to have stories, it's like we complemented each other well, where he adds this almost cinematic thing to what a singer-songwriter can do on his own. It's so much better like together.
I feel like if you were about to meet like the love of your life in like a bar, in a library, in a park, and you thought about what you were going to say to that person and you were going to try to be the best possible version of yourself, you're probably destined to put your foot in your mouth and say the wrong things. But I feel like some of the best relationships in my life, you didn't expect it and you just sort of were yourself. So Byron Isaacs, bass player, he's been with us a long time. And I think when Byron met us, Wes and I were sort of almost allergic to bass because we didn't understand it. I think we liked whole notes that just sort of, if it was a C major chord, just play a C.
Play a C,
If it was a G, play a G. Now, this is, like...
And the funny part is, he plays this really busy bass line, but there's always sub bass.
But he's also really back with you.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty awesome.
Some of the themes lyrically that came out of both of Wes and I sort of had to do subconsciously or consciously with our relationship. 2025 marks 20 years together writing. Every time I do something and listen back to it, I'm like, I'm almost starting to sound like myself. I'll probably be a very old man by the time I'm content with how I'm sounding musically.
Bleed of black limousines here. All tinted machines here. Here comes the cavalcade. With the armored cars like Berettas. Flags on antennas, designed to keep me safe. And oh my, oh hey, hey, here he comes, the candidate. Blue-eyed boy, United States, vote for him, the candidate. Diamonds cut for the carrots. Plaster of Paris, and the floats fill up the street. And the beauty queens with the white gloves, oh, sick from the nightclubs, they wave with pageantry.
You wonder why so many bands break up. And I would argue that part of it is that everyone wants the credit.
Here it comes, the big parade.
And so they want to feel like they're independent and they don't need anyone else. And that can really hurt a writing partner. For me and Jared, a lot of the healing, if we have problems, is like trying to acknowledge each other's contributions.
We've been through so much that, the relationship is truly strong.
Oh, the violent men who they dance the club.
It can be inconvenient, to say the least, or it can be annoying to be beholden to somebody that much. But like I said, it provides you with the highest highs.
Oh, Louis will go down, and if you don't, just hell to pay, and hell to raise, and on my way, here he comes, the welterweight. Take a dive, for goodness sake, or say goodbye to the welterweight. Catholic priest in a crisis. Yes, he's torn between romance and Jesus. Who will win this civil war? And he says, I'm in love with a woman. Yes, this is my confession, and I'm leaving, 'cause I can't be a priest anymore. And oh my, oh hey, here he goes, the man of faith. Left the church for a fiancé, so let him love the man of faith. TV cameras and stage hands, American bandstand with acoustic guitar. And he's singing songs, he's singing songs for the lonely. All the girls with the room keys, they know all his words by heart, and they all sing it. Lovely girl, won't you stay, won't you stay, stay with me. All my life I was blind, now I see. Lovely girl, won't you stay, won't you stay, stay with me. All my life I was blind, now I see. Lovely girl, won't you stay. Here she comes, my saving grace. Burning clothes, save the place. She's around, my saving grace.
I'm really bad with naming stuff, but I'll just think of something like this. Reminded me of Curious George. I don't know why. It's just I'll just mumble stuff until something comes out. Yeah, things like that. It's kind of painful for me to listen to this with you guys, but yeah, that turned into a better day. Yeah.
Say something, I'm sorry, please. Can we scroll back and delete? Fight dirty.
Yeah, I love the lyrics of the sort of dystopian, modern 2025 that we're all living in. Thankfully, I play the same thing live with the bigger shows that I do for a more script set like we're going to do tonight.
Sorry, please. Dreaming of a better day.
Wes and I get a kick out of having everybody lean in a little bit. I think it's really easy to scream and get loud and make a lot of noise. I think it's harder to captivate people when you strip things and pare things back. So I'm excited to do a better day today.
Teenagers lead the crusade. Senators insider trade. Blue lights keep red eyes away. Teenagers lead the parade. Dreaming of a better day. Rubber bullets, pepper spray. Cardboard boxes on the way. Dreaming of a better day. Say something, I'm sorry, please. Can we scroll back and delete?
we're not always recording together, ironically, because the modern way is to do everything separate so you have total control and you can edit and post. And the more we got into the live takes together, the faster it went, the better it sounded, and the less we really needed to demo things to death. You still have mistakes on, I'm sure, to the personal player, but as a whole, they form this organism, that is different. The sum is greater than its parts.
I think Tom Petty said you have 10 years to make your first album and 2 years to make your second, which is why a lot of bands' second album can stink. It's called the sophomore slump or the sophomore jinx. And I think that was sort of true. The first album, it was like sort of the greatest hits of the better part of a decade. And then when we made our second album, I was still living in Denver with Wesley at the time, and we took about, I think, 6 months to write that album. And then we took about 3 months to write the third album, 3. I think a few weeks to write Brightside. I flew back from Italy to Denver to my basement with Wes sometime last year, and in 4 days we had finished 7 songs.
I could say, without a hint of arrogance, that I think it's the best thing Jared and I have done. And I think people will realize some of that over time.
Shooting stars, driving your electric cars, eating.
Going into the studio and working on a song like Automatic, not even knowing if it was going to be a guitar-heavy song or a piano-heavy song, just sitting on the grand piano and being like, this feels right, let's do that, and having that sort of white-hot clarity.
Ordering the caviar.
I think we chose Automatic because it was the title track for a reason.
Oh, lover, is it ever gonna be enough?
I'm excited to sing it live in a sort of chapel church kind of setting. The vocal in the record is so upfront, and I want to hear it in that kind of environment.
It's automatic.
It reminds me of like Last Dance with Mary Jane or a Neil Young song where it just has this like raw energy to it.
Running on an empty track.
I think it really represented, it's like a song for the times. I felt like it was like somehow haunting and hopeful.
In the nursery rhymes you learn when you were only 5, they're darker than the dead of night. We sing them just the same. Oh, lover, is it ever gonna be enough? Oh, my lover, is it ever gonna
Tonight we're gonna play it on an acoustic guitar, which really, it reveals something else about the song, I think, another side of it.
Automatic, it's automatic, automatic. Oh, lover, is it ever gonna be enough? Oh, my lover, is it ever gonna be enough? Oh, my lover, is it ever gonna be enough? Automatic, it's automatic, 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 it's automatic.
This is probably 17 or 18 years ago. We had a song called either Follow the Leader or Follow the Lead. It was this piano sort of loop I had made. I remember I was really stoned one night messing around with this looper back in my home in Ramsey, New Jersey, back when I could barely play the piano. And I just found it on my phone. I'll show it to you. You can hear. But here, this is very inside baseball. This is like a 6/4 beat, so it cuts here. So this is one of the first songs Wes and I ever made together. Maybe the first one.
Follow
that became Salt and the Sea.
I heard this saying one time about songwriting that, I don't know who said it, but they said, good songwriting isn't prescriptive, it's descriptive. I feel like my approach to songwriting has always been trying to describe something as honestly as I can, whether that target is on my back or whether it's describing someone else. I would hope that if they heard it and it was about someone, they would go, that's fair. Even if I don't like it, that's fair.
So Salt and the Sea has all this crazy sort of origin story where, that idea is probably 18 years old and got repurposed into a, M. Night Shyamalan song that, funnily enough, he called us at the 11th hour and he was like, guys, it does not work in the film. And we were like, can we put this on our album? And he was like, yeah, it's your song. And we were like, great.
Maybe I was the one that you held so deep in the night.
I think that we were so stoked that it was our song and that we loved the song so much.
On a back staircase, you fell to your knees with tears in your eyes. All the destruction, all the...
Had it not been for that specific of a project, a film, I don't think we would have wrote it or produced it in that way.
All alone, scared in the room.
We realized, we can kind of go darker. We're kind of like able to go there, and that felt authentic to us. So, yeah.
On the bed laying awake as you prayed, he'd leave you alone. I let the darkness swallow me whole. I need to find you, need you alone. I'll be your friend the daylight again. There we will be.
And Wes had this great verse melody, and we were trying to find the chorus idea.
Like the sun and the sea.
We were trying to finish that song, and I remember I was playing Xbox one night, and it was one of these games where you'd play for like a couple minutes and you have a break. And every time I had a break, I would pick up an acoustic guitar and just kind of play something absent-mindedly without thinking. And we were like deep into the studio trying to finish that song.
Just couldn't crack it. We couldn't understand why. The drums and the guitar didn't sound right. The song didn't sound right. Because we kept listening to our like little phone version of it that we had recorded in the same room on the iPhone, and it was perfect.
The doctors with the medicine left to ride with my fear. From the destruction, out of the flame, you need a villain, give me a name.
And then the chorus came out of me for Salt and the Sea.
So we just did it, and it was great. And we were like, why did we spend all this time separately recording these parts?
There we will be, like an old enemy. I'll be your friend in the daylight again. There we will be, like an old enemy. Like the sun and the sea.
These ancient idea, you never know, like never throw away literally any idea.
Hold on a second.
We were young. We were just boys.
When we were young, oh, and
That's fast.
when it got cold,
Yeah.
Slow down, boys.
I can't tell.
There was a verse that got paved over. They got like deleted. But it was like, and when it comes to love, I'm stubborn like a mule. It was like, and then we just got rid of that line. But we always called it Stubborn Love. But there's no mention of stubborn.
Can I show you something on the guitar? Do you remember actually this? I
Red
remember
Hands?
when you were living in Brooklyn, and I showed you this super slow.
Yeah.
And that's the pre-chorus, right?
Yeah.
Sped up. So I think
Yeah.
that's kind of the beauty of me and Wes's collaborative relationship over these 2 decades is that we'll show each other stuff and we have this great memory to be like, oh, this thing could be this other thing. And
The song has been paved over till we got to like from a 6-minute song down to a 4-minute song.
it was like the director's
From a lot
cut.
of lost.
Stubborn Love was the 6 minutes.
I don't know if anyone want to hear the director's cut, but yeah. And then we tried to put a slide guitar in there, but
I thought that was cool.
slide
but
guitar
it was-
player, who's an old friend, guitar teacher of mine, was like, I'd love to be on this song, but violin's just better, man. I'm imagining in that church kind of setting,
Yeah.
if you just played it, just something really,
Tonight, slow it down.
yeah,
20 BPM.
yeah.
She'll lie and steal and cheat and beg you from a knee.
Stubborn Love was written in our basement in Denver. When we moved there, we must have recorded versions of that 100 times, and I have all these extra verses.
The one you can repay.
It's probably the oldest song that we'll be reimagining. It's cool to go back and sort of, again, you're not trying to reinvent the wheel or change it completely, just sort of do something a tad different.
When we were young, whoa, we didn't know. When it got cold, ooh, we bundled up. I can't be told, I can't be done. It's better to feel pain than nothing at all. The opposite of love to indifference. So pay attention now. Yes, I'm standing on your porch, screaming out, and I won't leave until you come downstairs. So keep your head.
I think in this intimate environment, it's nice to show off like the bones of the song and to just like put that out in the light and not have to dress it up too much.
And I don't blame you, dear, for running like you did all these years. I would do the same, you best believe. Yes, the highway signs say we're close. Oh, but I don't read those things anymore. I never trusted my own eyes. When we were young, oh, we didn't know. When it got cold, ooh, we bummed
matter who changes zip code, how many tickets we're selling at concerts, how big of our streaming numbers, what album we're on, the one constant that's always remained the same is Wes and I.
A little bit louder.
It's so much better, like, together. I've never, experienced something like that. Whether it was technically my idea or his idea, it didn't matter to us. We just wanted to make something really cool.
No matter what happens on or off stage, still finding ways to just be so excited to make music together. Finishing a project, it's like if I'm eating the main course, I'm already thinking about dessert.
People know our music, and that means a lot to me. And beyond that, I'm cool with the rest of it. I don't really need anything else.
Thank you, Dreamland. Thank you for having me.
If he does, that's like what he does, that's what I think. If he does, that's what I think.